Welcome to another episode of Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. I am your host, Lionel McDonald. So let's just plug in here, make sure the mic levels are right. We good now? We good? So, we are officially here in the dog days of summer, July. We're here. It is July 4th. So, to all my American listeners, happy Independence Day, happy 4th. Hopefully, you're all having a great Friday leading into your long weekend. This is going to be available for you on the car ride home from work as you're probably heading to the cottage or to your July 4th celebration, the barbecue, the cookout, wherever you're headed. And obviously, there's probably going to be some fireworks. You know, us in Canada, we had our Canada Day celebrations on Tuesday, on July 1st. So when we talk the beginning of a month, we always know we got to touch on some of the sneakers that are available in the month of July. Now, we knew that June wasn't a big month. There was a few hits, obviously, with, I guess I was kind of surprised. The most exciting one, or the one that had the most energy, definitely was the Ferrari 14. And again, this shoe did not sell out really when it launched. I want to say it was 2014, but there was a whole bunch of energy with this shoe. Now, saying that, we also expected a lot from the grapes, the Grape 5 that launched the following week in July or in June. And we didn't get that same kind of energy. That one definitely, without choice of better words, kind of fell a little bit flat. Just didn't hit like we thought it would. And there's still pairs widely available all over the place in definitely in Toronto and definitely across Canada. So it'll be very interesting to see where there is the energy is going to come from um, in July. Now, we did finish June on a high. We had the Dusty Cactus Flight Posit. I don't know what's going on with the Flight Posit these days. Totally through the roof with the energy behind it. Triple black. Now this Dusty Cactus. We had like that copper or bronze one that's like the foam that came out earlier this year. That one absolutely blew out within minutes. And then I thought it was going to be way bigger than it was in terms of the actual pair count. But the Caitlin Clark / Kobe 5 Pro Char Indiana Fever, crazy energy. Foot Locker did an incredible event with kids and gave them access to get this shoe in Indiana. So it was amazing to see this kind of energy behind this shoe. Shoe sold out. Now, if we go look at good old StockX and GOAT and just see the value of the shoe, it is escalated dramatically. It's now in many sizes over 400 US. I'm looking at size 7, it's 526. Size 11, 371. I see many sizes. Size 13 is 406. Size 12 is 413. So that one definitely took off. And in part, it goes back to this. Again, we talk about sneakernomics all the time on this podcast. So whether you're listening on Spotify or Apple or even Google, wherever you get your podcasts, plus this is available on YouTube, you definitely have heard me say when the demand supersedes or is bigger than the supply, you're going to have a big energy shoe or a shoe that's going to be worth value. If you're into the value of sneakers, I wear sneakers because I like them. I don't really care how much they cost. If I like what it looks like, I'm going to wear it. But specifically with this Indiana Fever Jordan or Kobe 5, what is really unique about this one, and I'm just going to quickly look at it on GOAT, It's the same ballpark. Actually, it's like 540 to 566. Size 12 is 604. So it went absolutely nuclear. Now, the point that I'm getting at, generally we have an elite release, could be 250,000 pairs, could be 100K, could be 50K. There was 13,000 pairs of this Kobe 5 for Caitlin Clark, and that created a huge demand because you couldn't get your hands on it. Obviously, we've had this big resurgence with Kobe and making it more accessible. We'll have it more accessible as we get on to a couple shoes in July, but when you cut the supply or you limit the supply, the demand is going to be there and absolutely go through the roof. And that is exactly what we saw with this particular shoe to finish off the month of June. So we're already in July. It's July 4th that we're at today. So we already got that KD Boys and Girls that came out on July 1st. The unapologetic Asia Wilson shoe, the A1. It's one of the best Nike basketball shoes. The campaign to the actual performance of the shoe and the thought behind it. So Nike, Asia Wilson, like, you guys did it right. You totally did it right with this shoe. This is colorway 4 after that blue one, which is fire. That has come out. We came out with a pink and a pink and black. So these shoes are rolling right now, and I don't know how many guys have tried to put this on. I don't know the feedback from the ladies in terms of who's wearing this on court. Asia's, now that she's back and she's healthy, she's definitely doing her thing in this shoe. And big energy behind the campaign, but also the functionality of the shoe. I think the more people that can get this thing on, and we're starting to see the big sizes, so that hopefully, whether it's a guy putting his toe in the water or our hoopers that have bigger feet are definitely buying the shoe. Actually, this is color 5. We forgot about the one she did for her grandma. That's kind of a white and light bluish or sort of thing, and that was probably the slowest selling one, but it's still selling. So lots of energy behind Asia Wilson and the A1 overall. So things that we have on the go in July, we're supposed to have a Shadow 1 Golf, and there's always been good energy be around the Shadow 1 overall, but now having as a golf model, it kind of really aligns with the golf shoe overall, so should be good. Adidas Dame 10, Dame Lights is going to be out on. It was out yesterday, July 3rd. Lots of odd things were happening with the dates, with the Pure Money and deliveries, amongst other things. Really aligned that the Pure Money actually came out yesterday. It's supposed to come out on Saturday. Maybe people that are away for the long weekend don't want to show up, and Nike came to an understanding that we are going to actually launch this shoe on Thursday versus launching it on Friday. So that is out and about. There are pairs out there. It's a general release. Me personally, Lucky Shorts is better than this. White Cement is obviously definitely better than this. So people want it. It's a clean shoe. Caravana in Toronto is like 3.5 weeks away. And now I know we're on the running tip, but this is a clean Jordan for the summertime if you need an all white one. And then the Kool-Aid Tropical Punch Jatu is also out on July 3rd. So that was all yesterday. So moving forward now, we got number 3, Sabrina, the Blueprint, her third signature shoe. So exciting to see that. The first colorway hits again July 10th. So sometime next week. We have the SB Dunk Pro B that's going to be out also on July 10th. And then the Levi's pack comes out on July 11th. So like next Friday. So we got denim black, denim blue, denim white in the 95. So are these phenomenal? I think the concept and the texture is great. Do I am I blown away with the colorways? No. I personally like the Levi's 4 more than I like the 95. I think I like the blue one the best because it's two tones of blue, but eh, if you're a 95 fan, you probably want them. If you're not a 95 fan, you probably will think about passing. Then we got July 12th for selected retailers. The Jordan 1 High Self Expression. Now, this is one much like we've had with Dunks and other things that kind of change color in time, or particularly around as the temperature varies. So, Jordan 1s have kind of really hit the skids in the last little while. Not sure how people are going to react to this, but I think in the world of law of supply and demand, there definitely should be some energy around this one, and it should be a good one. It's the 40th anniversary of the Jordan brand. The Jordan 40, the classic. So what's the classic? It's like white and black. We really have to get a chance to try it on and feel the tech on it, but it's called the Classic. That's going to be available next Saturday on July 12th. It's amazing that we've got to Jordan 40. I started at Jordan 11, and that literally has taken me through almost my entire career at the retailer that I work at. So pretty amazing that we're now at Jordan 40, and this should be a celebration of all. Will the shoe really resonate with a lot of people? It will be hard to say. I know we got my girl, Nafisa Collier, from the Minnesota Lynx. They didn't win the Commissioner's Cup, but they have the best record in the WNBA. She just recently signed to Jordan Brand. I shared that on 2 episodes ago. So on season 5, episode 56, we got into sneakers pretty heavy, and we started with signature shoes overall and what's happening with them. And she's the newest one to the Jordan Brand. So she's the front runner right now for the MVP. Her team, came up short against the Caitlin Clarkless Indiana Fever. They just played really well. Some amazing defense the Fever did. So hats off to them. But we know we have Nafisa, aka Queen Fee, wearing the women's heiress, but I won't be surprised if she is wearing the 40 Classic at some point. So moving on, a couple Stan Smiths that we have in collaboration with Clot. So I think there's 3 different ones. And then we got the Katie Atomic Pink 18 on the 15th. We got the women's 3 Starfish on the 18th as well. The Book 1 Night. So, hey, you know what? We had to give the Book 1 some credit. It has done really well in the marketplace. The Hoopers love this shoe. It looks like a shoe you can wear on the street, but you definitely can hoop in it, and it feels great. And then, hey, the big retro of the month, all intents and purposes, is the Aqua 8. Now, this is not a general release. It's less than that. It won't be in all stores. Aqua 8 has not been out forever. So there's some energy and some excitement. As I look at Nice Kicks here, it is the most liked sneaker at this point in my list for the month of July. It literally doubles or quadruples any sneaker that is out there. So there should be some good energy around this. This shoe originally came out in 93 during one of Jordan's MVP, not MVP, championship seasons. This one was the third of the 3-peat. He actually wore this color at the All-Star game. And it was a significant shift to different models that he's done. It's bigger, it's clunkier than the 7. This also ended up in collaboration, the Bugs Bunny version, obviously with Space Jam. It did re-release, and that's when I got my pair back in 2007. Again in 2015. So it's been 10 years since we've had an Aqua. Now the price is going to be $210 US. So Is that going to scare some people away? I don't think so. Not with this one, and that the market has been starved from having this for the last little while. So should be some good excitement around this pair specifically as we move through this month. We do have the Bugs Bunny coming back in December. I think it's December 20th is the date that we have. So something to look forward to there. There is a couple other books. There is the book SE Desert Camo, and this one looks real cool. So this is something that definitely people will be looking for. Now, I did also mention the classic. There is also a blue suede one that comes out in August. Now, I don't know if I like that more than I like the classic Jordan 40. Well, kind of time will tell when I kind of get to see both of them in hand. So we'll have to see how they play out. And then dates are all over the map on this one. But the Jordan 6 Pro or the Kobe 6 Pro total orange. So this was like the WNBA color. This was supposed to come out in fall. Then they said it was actually supposed to be in July, and I really originally had it penciled in here. Now they're talking about it coming out in December. So don't know what they're doing with this Kobe. Definitely should be one that people are checking for sure. So, and then same time, there's a huge campaign. You'll see it this summer around the Shattered Backboard. And this obviously will be the August episode because it's now not in July, but it was supposed to launch the week after the Aqua. And now it's going to be closer to the end of back to school. July 23rd or August 23rd rather, is when the Shattered Backboard, which is in many people's eyes, the greatest Jordan 1 of all. Better than the Band / the Bread, better than Black Toe, better than the Chicago. Geez, even better than some of the specialty ones that have come out over time when we're talking either Union or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So be very interesting to see when this one hits and when this one ultimately releases. But to round out the month, we got a GS Denim and Glow Pink Jordan 3. They have a new shoe called the Ava Rover, 2 colors, the black and then the Canyon Rust. There is a Lego, because now there's a Lego collaboration. So they released the Dunk, the white in like royal blue, almost like Duke blue, Lego collection that you can build your own Dunk. And the box is huge. I thought it was the tiny little thing that you used to get from Net Magnetism. It's totally different. It's like a full set. So these are going to be out. Technically it's the beginning of August, but we'll have to see how the dates all align with this one. And then we do know we have a couple Kobe 9s, 3 colorways in early August. That's when they're supposed to hit the market. But that really is July. So this is another, like June, this is another light one as things have kind of shuffled and moved around. We got to be locked in on the Denim Pack, the Sabrina, and then obviously the Aqua 8 is kind of the crown jewel. Now, I think people are going to be sleeping on this Self-Expression Jordan 1. I think that's for the collectors and those that love sneakers. I think that's one to have, because I think this one is a special one, and those heads will definitely want to have this one. But interesting, again, I go back to, because I'm very much playing hoops a lot these days. Sabrina 3 was a huge success. I think we got people into Sabrina 1. The Sabrina 2, very Kobe-like, but her own shoe nonetheless. And there's obviously a huge connection with Sabrina and Kobe, but the Sabrina 2 was a fantastic basketball shoe. It was a top 6 basketball shoe worn on court in the 2024-2025 season. So there is huge energy with what the Sabrina 3 is going to bring. Does it fit as well? I definitely, personally, in trying both of them on, Sabrina 2 was was an upgrade. And I'm going to say a huge upgrade because the Sabrina 1 was good. Just found that Sabrina 2 was a little more locked in. I felt the traction was a little bit better in the Sabrina 2. So be very interesting what the Sabrina 3 will bring for us. But some exciting stuff. We got the Jordan 40. So I don't think we can sleep on that in celebration. Now, people haven't been buying, performance shoes. And I may have to get into a whole other episode on even the last 10 Jordan signature shoes, because there's some that I like. I definitely like 34. I even like 33. I thought 39 was okay, but then there were some other ones that just missed. 36, 37, didn't love 38. They just didn't fit right. But then even if we go back, but I also then did love 20. People didn't love that one. 21. I hooped like crazy in 22, although it was not the popular choice. So it's like different strokes for different folks when we talk about these Jordan performance shoes. But be very interesting to get a chance to try this one on, because I think this one is going to be special overall. It looks clean, looks like one that a lot of people can wear. Again, I've had some people talk to me about the state of hoop shoes that I did this episode on, and all these guys tearing their Achilles. It isn't the hoop shoe. It's that the guy, the big three stars, and again, I'm going to say it again. Big three stars literally played an entire season, and then the Olympics, and then right back to training camp, and got no rest. And when you don't manage those things that are necessary, there's just too much wear and tear in the body, and ultimately the body breaks down, and you need your feet and you need your lower body, specifically with the running and jumping and cutting and all the thing. And these guys are all players with the ball in their hands playing at a high level, and we're seeing it why these guys have dropped like flies. So it ain't the sneakers. I don't love the Tatum. People love the Tatum 3 more than they love the 1 and the 2 probably put together. I wouldn't say that's the reason that he went down. The Dame 9, not the reason that Dame went down. And then Hallie's shoe looks great. I'm not a big Puma hoops fan, but between the Shea one and the Hallie, well, there's some energy around ball shoes next year. On top of having Sabrina, on top of Asia Wilson's shoe coming, we know we're going to get a Caitlin Clark shoe, and then obviously we know we're rolling with Jordan 40. We'll probably get a Tatum 4, but maybe they'll delay it. So there's a lot of things that are in flux currently. And then we can't forget, like from Adidas, we need the AE2. Now, some of the images haven't looked great, but some of them look better than others. So will they retool? Will they retweak? Who knows what they do at this point? But we got some excitement about hoop shoes right now, and people are not wearing them on the street like they once did with 94 Barclays and Reebok questions, and obviously Jordan 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on the streets. People are maybe not doing it like they used to do. Shacknosis and Reebok pumps and just all the other sneakers that we've had out there. This goes way back to like Pro Shells and even before that, Chuck Taylor's. But definitely from a performance standpoint, Hooper's got a lot of choice in this coming season, so it should be exciting. But that's what I got for you for hoop shoes and sneakers in general in the month of July. It's a light month, but there are some gems. You just got to go get what you want. As I always advocate, don't do what the masses do. Do what you like. If there's a shoe you like the denim Levi's, you like the Aqua 8, whatever your flavor is, go with that. You like performance Jordans, you like the 40, go with that one. So all those things should be in consideration because it's your feet. You got to wear them. So you should enjoy and be comfortable with what you buy. That's it for today. Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. Happy Canada Day week to all the Canadians. Happy Independence Day and 4th to my American friends down south. We out.